My name is Domenica Strongalagalli. I'm a member of Son of Italy for 20 years. I came from Italy, Ceccano, Frosinone. In August 17, 1956, I got married in Italy. I went back to Corona. After 3 months, my husband came. We were in the United States.
You grew up during the war in Italy. Do you want to share anything of what it was like growing up in that time?
I started things out because we were 10 kids in the family. When the war started, all the soldiers, they came into our house and they let us out. They want the house for themselves. We went to a church to sleep. That's where we went, everybody. So we used to go out in the night and go to the church, go in the church. Me and my father, we used to walk to the field, and my father saw a lot of people there and to go to church. And in the morning, I used to go out and see if I could find something to eat. I used to eat yellow flowers. Those are chicoria, but you could pick it, la chicoria. A chicoria. You could pick a chicoria, you could eat it. You used to eat the flour and everything. And years ago, in Italy, after the war, there were a lot of people come in. They had baby from Rome, Milan. So they bring these babies because they know that the people breastfeed the kids. So one lady came in with the baby, 1 year old, and she goes to my mother, "You're gonna breast my baby?" I said, "Okay, and I'm gonna come every week to give you some money." So, but this lady, after 1 month, she didn't come. So my mother went to Rome, because this baby was born in Rome, and said, "I have a baby here, by dad's and everything, he has his name, Angelelli Giovanni." So they go, "We can't do anything yet, but you're gonna come back next week, and we tell you where this baby come from, if we find our mom." So my mother, after 1 week, she went back to Rome, and they said, "Okay, Maria, we don't find anybody by this name. Next week, you're gonna bring him in, and we're gonna put him in an orphanage." And he was like 5 years old. So my mother said, "You know how many kids I got?" He goes, "Senor, how many kids you got?" 10. With this one, I make 11. He took and I had a brother forever, Giovanni. And before, if you want to come to United States, you have to get somebody that give you all the paper. So my aunt was Vincenza, my father's sister. She came years ago. So, and my aunt called my mother, says, "Anybody want to come with her?" So I said, "Yes, me, I want to go." So my brother too. I had my brother, he was bigger than me. He goes, "I want to come too."
The brother Giovanni?
No.
A different brother?
A different one, no. So we did the paper, but just me, they call only me that come in the United States, 1956.
How old were you when you came?
So I was 17, I had the paper, and they called me in Naples. And this brother of mine, the one who wasn't my brother, he had the pension because during the war he lost the arm, and they give a pension. So he said, "Okay, ma'am, I'm going to pay you ticket." It was because he had the money to pay me the ticket to come in the United States. The boat, it took 16 days to come in the United States. I came with Giulio Cesare. It was hard because I got sick until I came in America. I was in bed seasick. every day. And the guy used to come in and says, "Are you okay, Signorina?" Yes. When we arrived in New York, I woke up, I went home, and I said, "This is America." Everybody, all the Italians, look, we got it, look, we have to start to live here. Yeah, we were like, another world, that's where we were. I came in August, I went in Corona, Queens.
Did you knew your aunt well before this?
No, because she came in years and years ago. She had 2 sons, man, in Corona.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks, I cry a little bit. And then I said, she goes to me, "You gotta go to work." I said, "Okay." So I go to work. There was a toy factory, okay? Not in Corona. We had to take a train, maybe 3 blocks away with the train. So my aunt, she goes, "Okay, you want to go to there? I'm going to take you one day." "What do you mean you're going to take me?" And then I said, "Okay." So I got a piece of paper with a pencil. I said, "Okay, I'm in a station. I had to go down." I write 1, 2, 3, 4 station. And she's with me. Take me to the kiss factory. And she goes, "Now I'm gonna wait for you over there on the train and home." I said, "Okay." I said, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do if I get lost?"
You didn't speak any English?
No, nothing. I worked all day. So the first day, I'm counting this 1, 2, 3, 4. My aunt was there, wait for me on that station. She goes, "Oh, brava. You did it." I said, "Yeah, I did it. Hard, but I did it." Because years ago, you're talking 70 anni, remember that? Everybody had to work. And you go there at the factory and they put you right in. It was very hard to learn English. I cried a lot. I said, "Oh my God, I'm Italian." And I did learn. I'm still a broken English, but.
How long did you stay in Corona?
I stayed in Corona for 1 year. And then I was engaged before I came in. I was engaged. I had to get married, I was engaged. So I went back after 1 year in April 27, I got married. I got married and I was pregnant when I came back here. And I had my first daughter in Corona, Joanne.
Remember your husband,
Yeah.
Tipo, did not come back with you
No.
when you came back the
No.
second time. He was still in Italy.
I was a non-United States citizen. But years ago, it was different. You marry and your husband could stay like 4 months or 6 months. But I came, I was pregnant 1 month, and my husband came when my daughter was born. She was 3 months.
Was it easier because Corona was almost all Italian?
Yes, they were all Italian. It was easy because I would speak English, but I learned a little bit.
Many Italians arrived in New York, got on a train, and went to North Carolina or Pennsylvania. There was no decompression.
Right.
There was no adjustment. And every year they had 2 feasts when she arrived.
Right.
In July, La Madonna del Carmine.
Yes.
And it was all Italians would come.
Mm.
And in August, for 3 or 4 years, they had La Madonna di Garnete.
Yes.
The Feast of La Madonna di Garnete. Right
That
outside
is
of our door.
La
All these
Madonna.
Italians.
So what was your relationship like with your family that's
Oh,
staying there?
I went back, I had 3 kids. I went back to Italy to see my family. I had 3 kids. When I came back the first time, second time, 4 girls and a boy. So when I went to Italy, when I come back, I was pregnant and I had twins. 2 girls.
Were you the only one that came here?
Yes. I have no family. My mother, my father, all my brother died, everybody. I'm just me, and I have a sister here in Corona. She's still in Corona. Yeah, she's 90. She was 90 in March.
How long did you stay in Corona after you came back and you started your family?
2 years. When my husband came, I was in Corona. So a friend of ours from Chicana, they live in Port Washington. They came and see, because my husband, when he came, he was a bricklayer.
Okay.
So he used to go with the train, maybe 6 months. And they go, okay, you're gonna find a house, you're gonna move in Port Washington.
When you came to Port Washington, what did you think about Port Washington compared to Corona?
I was like living in Chicano. Yeah, in Italy, when I was a kid, I used to make lasagna. But lasagna, it's not lasagna. You have to get the flour with water. So one day, my father used to work the field. So I was like 12, 13. He goes, today you have to make lasagna. I said, I don't know how to do. I can't reach to the table. He goes to me, okay. We have a little kitchen, but no floor on the side. Dirt. My father used to go, now you could make lasagna today because we have to work at the field. I said, Dad, I can't reach the table. I was 12. He goes, oh no, wait, I'll be right back. He gets a rock, he puts it on the floor, and he said, get up there and see if you could do it now. Okay, I made lasagna. Si fatta lasagna con gli
What's Sunday like?
It was like pasta, meatballs, and vegetable or meat, something else.
She can cook anything and in large quantities,
I
and
do.
it doesn't deter her.
Whatever you tell me, I'll do it. I can't give you a recipe because it's not, I don't know. I get this and I'll do it. Said, okay, what do you want? You want pasta, you want baked titty, you want that, you want meatballs. Remember the Italians, they eat good.
So Memma, when you needed to go, when you were going back to marry people, okay, you were a different person than you were when you left that first time, because now you've been working, making money, being able to make decisions. So you go back, and what did people say to you? Did he want to come to the United States?
He wants to come to, that's what I said before I got engaged. I said, I'm going to go to the United States. If you come, otherwise I don't get engaged. I want to go back home. United States. Yes, I want to go back to the United States. And I told you, I cried when I came, but that was for my life. And I don't know if everybody does. No matter what, okay, for us, the way we came in, okay, it's United States of America. For me, it's my life. It changed my life. I got 5 kids, not 1. You know that? Because it's a big deal for me. I have nobody here. It wasn't easy, but you have kids, you tell the story of your kids. It's not easy to grow up, and my husband had cancer. My husband died 22 years ago. I have a lot of faith, okay? For me, it's God that helped me a lot. That's what it is for me. I am a fighter.